What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're going to be doing a first impressions and full day wear test on the new Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation. The actual technical name for this is the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I am so excited. When Fenty first dropped their first foundation, which was the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation, I believe it's called, I wasn't a super big fan of it because my skin is dry and it was a little too drying on my skin for me. So it was never like a holy grail for me. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But then when I saw they were coming out with a hydrating foundation, me and my dry skin over here were so excited to test it out. And they also have a primer because their original primer is the Soft Matte Primer, so this is now the Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. So we're gonna be testing this out today with the foundation. I also have a foundation brush from them as well as a sponge, so we're gonna be testing both of these out as well to apply it. And to give you guys a little background on the foundation before we go ahead and apply it, it is gonna be coming in 50 different shades. It's gonna retail for $35, which is actually a little bit less than most high-end foundations that have been coming out recently. Most of the high-end ones I feel like have been around like $39, $40, so this one is a little bit cheaper. And you get 1.08 fluid ounces, which is a little bit actually above the 1 fluid ounce kind of standard mark for foundation. So you get a little more product for a little cheaper. And it's supposed to be medium to full coverage with a natural finish, which is typically what I really love because that's what Too Faced Born This Way is, and that is like my favorite foundation of all time. So I'm really excited. I have high hopes that I'm really gonna like this, and I hope I do. But of course, you guys are gonna see firsthand. We're gonna apply it, we're gonna go throughout the day, and we're gonna see how it lasts on my skin because sometimes hydrating foundations don't last that well. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna be interested in checking out. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first to go ahead and prep our skin for the foundation, we're gonna go in with the primer. So this is the Fenty Beauty Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer, and this is gonna retail for $32. It does have a nice pump on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pump some out, apply it to my skin. So that's about 2 pumps. Kind of feels like a gel almost. Oh, and it smells so good. I feel like all of Fenty's products have a very like distinct smell, and it's like I don't even know what it is, but it's a really nice smell. If you've tried like her Pro Filter powder, this one right here, this is one of my favorites. We're gonna use this today to set. It smells just like that. Kind of like baby powder, but like in a good way. And this feels very nice on my skin. When I first applied it to my skin, it almost had like a gel-like consistency, but now it almost feels like a butter or something, which I actually really like. And I feel like it's nice to hydrate the skin. I like hydrating primers a lot just to kind of amp my skin up for foundation. So far, so good. All right, now for the foundation, I'm kind of in between 2 different shades. I have 235 and 230. I'm thinking 235 is probably gonna work better, but I have 230 here if I need to grab and do a little mix. Now I do have the blender sponge and I have the like brush. So maybe I'll do half my face with the blender sponge and half my face with the brush. I typically don't like foundation brushes. I prefer sponges, but I do wanna test out both because I know everybody is different with their preferences. So I guess I'll go in with 35. I'll do the first half of my face with the sponge, the other half with the brush, and we'll see if there's like any difference. And the foundation does come in a tube, but it does have a pump at the top. So I'm just gonna pump some out into my finger. Not really sure how much we're gonna need, so I'll start with like a pump. Or that was kind of like a pump and a half because the first little pump came out. And then now this blender sponge has like a flat side, but then it has like a bouncy side too. So I'm gonna use the bouncy side because that's what I would normally use and start to blend this with that. You can definitely use the flat side as well though to do this and just blend this out on my skin. You guys, my neighbor literally just started to cut like wood and I feel like you can definitely hear it. But I need to be able to show you guys what it looks like when it's blending. It's not like I can really wait, so I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Hopefully they'll be done in like a second. Okay, I think he just stopped. Thank you, sir. But it's blending out really easily. It's not overly dewy or anything at all. Like it doesn't feel dry or anything on my skin, but I wouldn't say that it's like crazy dewy, which is a good thing. Like I feel like if you have oily skin, I wouldn't like necessarily be scared of this. And it is giving me a nice coverage with that 1 pump. Obviously I'm only using it on half of my face, so I would need like 2 pumps for a full face to get this coverage, but it looks pretty nice so far. And the shade seems to be matching pretty well to my neck. But again, there are 50 shades, so if this one doesn't work, there's probably another one that will. All right, so that is this side with the blender sponge. I think it looks really nice. I don't see a humongous difference in between this blender sponge and like a beauty blender. Let me look up the price point on this. I don't know if it's more expensive than a beauty blender, if it's cheaper than a beauty blender. If it's cheaper, great. If it's more expensive, I would say you don't need it if you have a beauty blender already. Okay, so it's $16. So it is cheaper than beauty blenders are by $4. And I mean, if you want like the flat side, it does have that. So to each their own. I'm gonna go and pump some now on my hand. I'm gonna use the brush to apply to my other side. I did like the same pump and a half on my hand. and go in with the brush and just kind of buff it. Sometimes brushes will give you fuller of coverage. I just tend to always go for sponges. I just find them easier. But if you really want to pack coverage on with the same amount of product, a lot of times a brush is better. Dang. Yeah. I feel like with the brush, it's much more full coverage. So it kind of depends what you're looking for. But like, do you guys see the difference? Like same amount of product, if anything less, because there's still like product on my hand. But the brush definitely packs on more coverage. And the brush actually made it really easy to apply. Like I didn't really have to like blend it out all that much. Like I feel like some foundations with brushes is like you have to blend so much, where this one actually did a pretty good job, and that is like full coverage. Wow. So I guess it really depends on what kind of finish you're looking for as far as coverage goes, which method I would recommend. But coming from someone that normally never uses a brush, I'm very impressed by this. I'll just go over it with the flat side of the sponge just to make sure everything's blended, but that looks really nice. But if you guys can see the difference as I kind of pan from side to side, definitely more fuller coverage with the brush side, even though the same amount of product was used. So I'm gonna go in with a smidge more foundation, like a little, like that much, on this side that I used the sponge on just to build up, so it's the same amount of coverage on both sides, because I don't want it to like necessarily, you know, look different on my skin throughout the day, because we are going to be doing a wear test, so that both sides look the same. Okay, so upon initial application, I would say I'm honestly very, very impressed. I like it a lot. It's not overly dewy though. I do really want to stress that. Like this doesn't feel drying on my skin, but to me, it doesn't scream like luminosity or like super glowy or anything like that. So I do really think that even if you have oily skin, this would be fine, because it does feel hydrating, but I'm not getting like super luminous, glowy sort of vibes from it. So yeah, just definitely something to note. But aside from that, I do really like it. It gave me a nice coverage. Obviously gonna have to see how it lasts throughout the day. I am gonna go in with the Fenty concealer. I just have the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer in the shade 230 here, so I'm gonna put that on as my concealer today. I'm definitely gonna do minimal makeup so we can just really see how the foundation lasts, but I figured I'd show you guys like the base products that I'm using. Put a little down my nose and in the center of my face. And I'll go in with the little blender sponge to blend this out. Just tapping. Keep in mind this doesn't have like a pointed tip to it, so it is a little bit different when you're doing like your concealer. I feel like the sponge is better suited for foundation, but it can be used for both, obviously. We're making it work. Just blendy blend everything on out. And then to go ahead and set that concealer, I'm going to go in with the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Powder in Butter. This is like my absolute fave. This is so good. This comes in a variety of different shades. Butter for me is just like perfect to really highlight and brighten my under eyes, because I do like a more lighter, like highlighted look to them. And this is just amazing. And plus the smell is so, so nice. And to let you guys know, the foundation doesn't have the Fenty smell. The primer does, this powder definitely does, but the foundation just didn't really have any scent to it at all. So no Fenty smell, but no scent. And now since this powder is brightening, I kind of put it wherever I did the concealer, but I'm not going to put it all over my face because I feel like it could change like the color of the actual foundation. So I'm going to just go in and set the foundation with a powder that I know and love, that I use all the time. This is the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten, and I use this powder all the time, so I'm very familiar with it. So I'm just going to use that to set it down. Although for a hydrating foundation, it doesn't feel like it's not set. You know what I mean? Like a lot of hydrating foundations sometimes never fully set down, where this one I feel like did. Like it doesn't feel like it's gonna slip and slide off my skin because it doesn't have that like dewy, super luminous finish. So you could probably get away without setting it down, like if you want to do that, but I always set my foundation. All right, so this is my base all done. I'll probably like do my brows and throw on some bronzer and stuff and call it a day, and go throughout my day and kind of see how this lasts on my skin. Upon first application, I honestly think it looks beautiful and it feels very nice on my skin. Kind of gonna give you guys a pan, and of course I'll do up close like on my check-ins and stuff. But so far I am really, really happy with it. So like I said, I will keep you guys updated throughout the day. I hope to wear this for at least 10 hours. It is just after 10:30 right now, so I'll check in with you guys this afternoon and then once again tonight before I go to bed, and I'll make sure to wear it for at least 10 to probably 12 hours because I normally go to bed like much after 10 p.m. So we're gonna give it a full wear test and I will see you guys soon. Hello you guys, let me go in front of the window to show you guys this foundation. What the heck? It literally looks so good. It's about 3:30 now. Actually, hang on. Let me go in the kitchen. I feel like it almost is 4, and I want to tell you guys the exact time so we know. Oh no, okay, 335, 335, it's 335. So this foundation's been on for a while and like, what the heck? It looks amazing. Like it's lasting so well on my skin, feels really nice, not really settling into like fine lines or anything. I mean, you guys can be the judge, but like, I feel like it still looks really, really good. Obviously we have a lot more hours to go. Like I said, I wanna wear it till at least like 10 o'clock tonight so I can give you guys like a full 12-hour wear test, but so far, a girl is impressed, Fenty. The hydrating foundation is where it's at least if you have dry skin. I'm loving it. I honestly haven't done that much yet today. I have a lot of errands I have to run still. But I've really just been in the house. So maybe once I go out and about, you know, break a little sweat or something at the mall, we'll really see how this lasts. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. What's up, you guys? So it is 10:11 p.m. right now. So I have been wearing this foundation for just about 12 hours and I am so impressed. Like I thought I was gonna like this foundation more than the soft matte one, obviously, just because my skin is dry and I didn't really like the soft matte one, but I didn't expect to like love this foundation and I honestly love it. Like I feel like as the day went on, it started to look even better on my skin. Like I love the way that it looks on my skin right now. I feel like my skin looks a little bit dewy. It's like got some luminosity to it, but I still have that really nice coverage that the foundation gave me, but it doesn't look like I'm wearing this big thick like mask of makeup. Like it's still natural, almost like your skin, but better. And I am literally just like shook. Like I love this foundation. I really didn't expect to like love it, but I feel like this is gonna be like a new holy grail, and it matched my neck really, really well. Didn't change color throughout the day, lasted really well. Like I still feel like it looks really, really great on my skin. I was out and about for the second half of the day for the most part, doing a bunch of errands and stuff, and like, what? I'll do a little pan so you guys can see. You be the judge. But I feel like it still looks really, really good. And I didn't use a setting spray or anything today, so that didn't like interfere with how long it lasted or anything. I am just like obsessed. The only place that it started to kind of break apart a little bit is right underneath here on my nose. I have this like red spot, so that's how I can tell. But aside from that, it lasted so stinking well, and I did not touch this like once at all. So if I literally just put like a little powder on my nose, it would probably be fine. But I am like obsessed. Like this foundation, I love. The primer I loved, and I really, really liked this brush too, which is so not like me. Like I literally don't use foundation brushes like ever. I always use sponges, but this really applied it really, really well. You didn't have to do a ton of blending. It didn't take a really long time. So I feel like that's why I go with sponges a lot of times. So I feel like they just apply my foundation flawlessly quicker, where with brushes, I really have to go in and like buff it, where with this foundation mixed with this brush, you really just kind of like dot it on your skin and you're done and you're good to go. And I am just like obsessed. Like I have nothing but good things to say. I've tried a lot of new foundations recently. You guys have seen on my channel, so many new foundations have been coming out, and this new Fenty Beauty one is by far my favorite. Like if you have dry skin, girl, you gotta go try this. Even if you have oily skin, like I said, again, I can't speak for it personally, but I do really think this would still look really beautiful on you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and that it helped you out. Definitely let me know down below if you guys are gonna be picking this up. I believe it actually launched today. Or actually launched yesterday. I'm filming this on the 16th and it launched before on the 15th. So it is available. I'll put a link down below in the description box if you guys want to order it online or anything. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.